What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and welcome to another quick Overwatch news update. Amidst all the excitement of the new Overwatch Retribution event, which went live yesterday, we've also recently gotten a couple posts from Jeff Kaplan on the official Overwatch forums, talking about some interesting updates regarding the new Symmetra rework, as well as when we can expect to see Rialto come into the game as a PvP map, and when we are finally going to get the long-awaited Hanzo rework. So without further ado, let's jump on in and talk about it. First up, we have what most people will find the most intriguing, which is the sort of progress report regarding Symmetra's upcoming rework. According to Jeff Kaplan, we're making good progress now. I can't share details yet, unfortunately, but like I said, we're trying some pretty dramatic changes. He then includes this image, which I'll talk a bit more about in a bit, and then concludes his post by saying her rework is going to be significant, and most likely will be ready sometime during the summer. Now, a summer release is pretty much what I've been expecting. Based on how long it's taken them to get the Hanzo rework going, I was expecting there would be quite a bit of time until Symmetra's would end up going through. Keep in mind, this does seem to be a very general release date, so maybe it'll be a little sooner, maybe it'll be a little later, but expect the summer. Anyways, now let's talk about this image. Now, I don't play Symmetra personally, but I know that that is a strange statistic right there. That is a very low uptime for a very large number of players teleported. And so naturally, the conclusion that a lot of people have been coming to with this is whether or not they're going to go the Mercy route and make Teleporter a standard ability instead of her ultimate. Now, this is a very interesting change, and I think has a lot of potential. This would definitely make the Teleporter aspect of her kit much more active as you play her, although we're not really sure exactly how it'll work mechanically. Will you still have to set up a Teleporter pad, and then how many teleports does it get? It seems like it would maybe only get one, maybe two teleports per use, but then what kind of cooldown would it have? It'd probably be pretty long, much like Mercy's Resurrect, but overall, it's a very, very different sort of experience we're going to be having if this does become a standard ability. However, there was one caveat I thought of that seems like it wouldn't really work too well. The whole point of Symmetra getting a shield generator was that her teleporter was borderline useless when defending the second point of an assault map, let's say. The spawn is already basically right there, so there's really no need for a teleporter. So then, assuming shield generator becomes her only ultimate and teleport is a standard ability, that standard ability would be, once again, worthless on the second point. Perhaps they'll remove the teleporter pad entirely and just have the players teleport to her? I think that would introduce a wild new mechanic with regards to bringing people in as sort of like reinforcements to herself. I don't know, there's a lot of interesting potential going on here. And the way Jeff words this post, he makes it sound like they aren't really sure what they're going to settle on yet. And I think that's true. I think they're probably still doing a lot of concepts that they're throwing around. However, I do think that they probably have a bit more direction in mind than they're even letting on. Once again, referencing the Hanzo rework, I feel like in that case, they told us a little bit too much, just a little bit too soon, so that people were getting all excited and ready for it, only to have to wait a few months for it actually to become a part of the game. So I think they're definitely trying to avoid that this time and not build up unnecessary hype for something that won't actually come for another couple months. So hopefully they do have some good changes in the work for Symmetra, and I can't wait to see what they are. Anyways, moving on now to our other topics, we got another post from Jeff Kaplan, this time talking about the Rialto PvP map version and when Hanzo will finally hit the PTR. So according to the post, Rialto PvP will be on the PTR in a week or two. Hanzo will hit the PTR this month, not sure of an exact ETA. So the Rialto PvP, which is an escort map I do believe, should be on the PTR before the end of the Retribution event. Once again, this is pretty much what we were expecting, and then it'll probably remain on the PTR for a couple months, either May or June, however they decide to play that out regarding anniversary event. But at least for us PC players, we will be able to try it out fairly soon. Now as for Hanzo, it seems like we don't really learn anything new by Jeff saying sometime this month. I mean, they had already announced previously that Hanzo's rework would be coming in April, but once again, I suspect Jeff might be misleading us just a little bit with regards to how certain they are PTR of everything. Whether you've noticed it or not, Jeff Kaplan is pretty notorious for saying, oh, we're not sure exactly when whatever is going to end up happening, but then it always ends up coming out a little bit earlier than they're kind of letting on to be, so that people will be, oh, they're all excited, it came early. It's a pretty simple hype building practice, and I definitely see why they do it. So I do think that Hanzo will be hitting the PTR probably the same time as the Rialto map, so probably expect that to be a little bit sooner rather than later. And of course, once these do finally come to the PTR, I will be making videos talking about them and showing them all off, so stay tuned for that in the near future. But otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to leave your thoughts about any of this down in the comments below. Do you like the idea of teleport being a standard ability, or do you have something else in mind? Either way, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and turn on notifications to both help out my channel and keep up with all my future Overwatch content. This is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.